Hello, PBS scholars and families. I am going to do my last activity in my Steamposium series. And again, we're reminded that STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. And we've already done activities for all the other letters except the last one today, which is M, standing for math. And the game that I am going to show today is called Math Wars. Now, there's several versions of Math Wars on my slideshow here. They are in there by age appropriateness, so you can use whichever one works, or you can even try all of them if it's age appropriate for your scholar. But there are different versions of this game called Math Wars. So what you're going to need for Math Wars is you're going to need a deck of playing cards, you're going to need a pen or pencil, and a piece of paper. For regular war rules, you usually have two players, and you cut the deck of cards in half and distribute it to both players. And then each player flips over one card, and the highest card wins both cards. In the event of a tie, players flip over 3 cards face down and then turn over the 4th card. The highest card wins all of the cards in the war. So all the number cards are worth their number value, and then the face cards from highest to lowest are ace, king, queen, and jack. The joker is removed for regular war. So in the next video is going to show you how to play regular war.
Hi guys, Mrs. Antiso here. So we're gonna demonstrate right now what regular war is, so we can compare it to the other versions where we're going to be doing addition wars, multiplication wars, and double-digit multiplication wars for older kids. So first, we're going to show you what regular war looks like. In regular war, you have a deck of cards and you break the deck of cards in half. If you have a face value card that is worth the highest, it's worth 10. But there is a succession of where cards are. So all the face cards you have are worth that number. And then if you have, all the number cards are the number that are on there. And then you have the face cards like the king, the queen, and the jack. Now, in the order of which one is highest, the king is highest, the queen is next, and the jack is below that. And ace is the ultimate card. That's the one that can beat everything in regular war. In regular war, you take the jokers out of the mix. So you go through the deck and you make sure there are no jokers in there. And then basically you set down cards all at the same time, and whoever has the largest card gets to keep both of the cards. If you have a tie where the cards are exactly the same, then you do what's called war, and we'll play until we get a war so we can show you. So here we go. I'm going to show the cards down here. We each have half a deck of cards, and ready? Go. So I have a jack, she has a queen. Her queen is higher, so she gets to keep, king. So she gets to keep both cards. Okay, next. Okay, she won that round. She won again. She won again.
So happy with yourself.
I won this time. She won. She won. She won. Okay, ace is the ultimate card, so she won that one. She won again. I won that one. It's yours. There you go. Okay, so we have a war here. So what we do for war is we take our cards that are left and you put down 3 cards, I declare, and then on the 4th one you flip it over and you say war. So now we look at what cards we have. I have a queen, she has a 3. So what that means is highest card on the end of war gets to keep all of the cards, so I get to keep all of them. No. So that's how you play regular war. You play until either you get tired or someone has all of the cards. So this will help you with referencing when we get to the other videos where we show you how to do addition and multiplication war.
Okay, so that was regular war, how you play regular war. The next set is called Addition Wars. And in this game, you also have 2 players. You cut the deck of cards in half and distribute to both players. And then each player is going to flip over 1 card. And then both players add up the 2 cards in their head. The first person to say the sum out loud keeps both cards. In the event of a tie, Rochambeau to find the winner. The number cards are worth their number value. Ace is worth 1, King is worth 10, Queen is worth 10, Jack is worth 10, and Joker is worth 0. So here's a video on how to play Addition Wars.
Hi guys, this is Mrs. Antiso. I'm going to show you today the first variation of the multiplication wars game, and this is made for some of the lower grades, and it's something that's easy to play. You need a regular deck of cards, okay, and you split the deck of cards in half. So I have my daughter here, Isabella. She's going to help me show how to use this today. Now, all of the number cards are worth how much they are say on the card. So this is a 9. But you also have the face cards, which, like Isabella has here, an ace is worth 1. So anytime you see an ace, that is worth 1. If you see other face cards, like a queen or a king, those are worth 10. And if you have a joker, that's worth 0. And a jack, that's worth 10. So any face cards, jack, king, queen, those are worth 10. And then joker, if you have the joker, that's worth 0. So you want to say do that. So how we play the game for addition, the addition version of this, is that each of us is going to have our half deck of cards, and we're going to set them down. And some of you guys have played war before. And it's kind of like that, except you're not looking for the highest number. You're looking to add these in your head, and the first person to say them is the one who gets to keep that set of cards. And then you play either until you're tired, or you play until the person has all the cards. So we're going to demonstrate how to do addition war here, and so you guys can see. So I'm going to show the table here. So Isabella and I are going to flip over a card, and then whoever's the first person to say what it adds up to is going to be the one that gets to keep the cards. You ready, Isabella? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
20.
Okay, so she said 20. She gets to keep the cards. Ready? Next. Go. 18.
I forgot there were
Okay.
10.
Next one.
13.
Oh, she said it faster than me.
You almost said 14.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
17. Wait, who was that?
Let's do Rochambeau because it was a tie.
Rochambeau. No!
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
16.
Is that the same time?
I don't know.
Okay, you continue. Are you ready? Next one? 1, 2, 3.
15. Rochambeau. 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 Yay!
Okay. All right. So you guys get the point of addition war. You go through and you add them up in your head. So that is a version of war.
Okay, the next one is multiplication war. In this game, you're still going to have 2 players. You're going to cut the deck of cards in half and distribute to both the players. You're each going to flip over a card at the same time, and then both players multiply the 2 cards in their head. The first person to say the product out loud keeps both of the cards. In the event of a tie, Rochambeau to find the winner. Number cards are worth their number value. Ace is worth 1, King is worth 10, Queen is worth 10, Jack is worth 10, and Joker is worth 0. Here is a video of how to do regular multiplication war.
Hi, so now I'm going to demonstrate the second version of this multiplication war game, which is the actual real version of multiplication. The only modification we're going to do is we're going to use face cards and number cards. So again, the number cards are worth their face value. This is worth a 2. The face cards are going to be worth 10, like king, queen, and jack. And then the joker, again, is worth 0. And the ace is worth 1. So I have 1 ace here, so that's worth 1. Now in multiplication wars, it's very similar to the version we just did where we did addition, except in this case now, we're going to flip over cards and we're going to multiply. And the first person to multiply and say it out loud is the one who gets to keep the cards. Again, you play until either you're tired or somebody has all of the cards. And if there's a tie, or you need a tiebreaker, you could do Rochambeau and figure out who gets to keep the cards. So we're going to show that version right now. This is the actual version of multiplication war. All right, so here's our cards. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 60.
I thought
10 times 6, right?
I thought Joker was 0.
Oh.
0.
0. You got me. Okay. You ready?
Got
Next one. 1, 2, 3. 7. 1 times 7. Let's try again.
7.
I know it takes some getting used to. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 30. Who got it?
I said
Okay.
or something.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 7. No. 70. Okay, ready? Next one. Go. 64.
Yeah.
Next one. 1, 2, 3. Go. 40. Next one. 1, 2, 3. Go. 100.
Oh yeah.
10 times 10. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Next one.
100.
Okay, you were faster than me that time. 1, 2, 3.
30.
Rochambeau.
Okay.
Rochambeau.
You know I'm going to pick paper.
Okay. Next. Go. 70. Okay, so you guys get the point of that. Again, you're just multiplying the cards as you go along, and whoever says it first gets to keep it.
Okay, and the last one is meant for older kids. This one is a double-digit multiplication where it's a little more complicated. You're still going to have 2 players. You're still going to cut the deck of cards in half and distribute to both players. But this time, each player flips over 2 cards to make a double-digit number. And both players multiply the 2 double-digit numbers together, and the work may be done on paper. The first person to say the product out loud gets to keep all 4 cards. In the event of a tie, you Rochambeau to find the winner. The number cards this time you have to separate them out. You only need the 2 through 9 cards only. The 10 card is removed, and all of the face cards have to be removed for this game. So here's a video of double-digit multiplication war.
Hi guys, okay, this is the last game of war, and this is double-digit multiplication war. So this is meant for some of the older kids. For double-digit multiplication war, you have to sort out the cards and take some of the cards out. So what you're going to do is you're going to take out all of the jokers. So you need to make sure all the jokers are out of the pile. You're going to take out all of the face value cards, so kings, queens, jacks, aces. You also need to take out the 10s. So if there's any 10s, those need to come out of the deck as well. So what you're left with are cards from 2, okay, all the way up to 9, just the number cards. So to play double-digit multiplication war, you're only going to have the number cards 2 through 9. You split that deck in half. Each of you gets half of the deck. Now, here's how we play double-digit multiplication war. When we flip over our cards this time, we're going to flip over 2 cards. Now, if you notice, Isabella and I both have pieces of paper next to us so that we can compute, because it's going to take us a little more computing time to figure out what this final answer is. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip over 2 cards each, and then we're going to do the multiplication work on our paper. So I will put my 2 cards down first. Give me a second. My number is, I think you can see that. My number is a 7 and a 6, so our first number is going to be 76, and then Bella's going to put over hers. Her number is 96. So the problem that we need to do right now is 76 times 96. So we're going to do that on our piece of paper and see who gets the answer first.
Done.
Okay. What'd you get?
7,296.
Okay, that's what I got too, but you said it first. I was just double checking my work, but the correct answer is 7,296. So she's going to get to keep all the cards because she said it first. All right, so now then we're going to go on to the second problem. Yeah, we can flip it over. It's okay. All right, let's do one more so we can show them. So mine is a 5 and a 5. So 55 times 37. 55 times 37. $2,035. Let's see if that's what you get.
Check.
$2,035.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get to keep these cards. Okay, so this is how you play double-digit multiplication war. Remember, you have to take out all of the number cards 2 through 9. You want to use those only, and then any of the face value cards, you set those aside. You don't need to play with those. So this is double-digit multiplication war.
Okay, so that is the end of my presentation. I hope you've enjoyed our last Steamposium video on math, on multiplication wars, addition wars, and double-digit multiplication wars. Have a good evening.